Hello, this is Sunita Bali, your favorite realtor from Sunita Bali team at EXP. Before we go out, hit the roads, show you the homes, I would like to explain you the home buying process so that when you're looking at the homes, you're not worrying about, oh, what's the cost, how much it's gonna cost me, am I eligible? So I'm gonna go with you all the system before we go out and buy a home. I'm going to explain you how you should be keeping your credit up to date, how I will be putting you in touch with the lender before we go out and hit the road, because I don't want you to fall in love with a home, your dream home, and then you realize that you can't afford it, right? So let me first ask you why you want to buy a home. Oh, okay, because you do not want to pay your landlord's mortgage, right? I understand. And then what other reason? Oh, because you want to deduct from your taxes, right? Because when you buy a home, at the end of the year, you can deduct 6,000 or 7,000 from your taxes. Right now, you're paying a lot of taxes because you don't have a home. So that's it. And then thirdly, you said because you want your kids to run around, make memories, and you feel protected. You don't have to tell them not to run because you're living in other people's house, or not to touch the walls. You want to raise your kids' values, and I completely get it. So it's a total security. And you know, if you keep paying your home mortgages for 20 years, if you live in the same house, after 20 years your home is free, that you never bought it for that money. It's that power of the real estate in this country. Now, let me explain you. I'll note down your requirements, what you like the most, and once I know your requirements, I will send you 5 listings, okay? Based on the requirements. I listen very carefully. Let's say you want in a good area, school, good, no garage or with garage, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, whatever your requirement is, I listen very carefully. And then of course price, right? And then I will pull up those homes in your desired area and I'll send it to you. So before we go out in the market to look at the homes, I will introduce you to 3 lenders. You are welcome to choose your own lender, but this is my service. It's a one-stop service. I take care of my clients. I'm not a transactional agent. I'm a relationship agent. I help my clients, so I stay with them for life. So it's not about my commission, it's about you, it's about service, okay? So, is that clear? Okay, good. Awesome. So when you buy a home, you don't do 5 things. You do not change your job. You do not increase your credit. You just keep what you have. Don't, sometimes you go to Macy's and they say, oh, we give you 20% and you start a new credit. That can disturb your credit to income ratio and your application can be denied. And always stay on time. Your mortgage, your credit cards, always stay on time. And do not do big transfers from one bank to another. And then just keep the same status. Buy, pay right away on time. Do not change the jobs and do not do the big purchases. Because when the lender pulls out your credit based on your debt and your credit score, they're gonna give you like 400, 500, 1 million. But if you put more credit, that can disturb. So is that clear? Okay, great. So once the lender approves you, let's say for 500, then I will choose the homes for you between 450 to 485. So we keep a margin, right? Sometimes you love that house, but there are many buyers and they want the same house, so you might have to bid a little bit. So that's the process. So once we go on the market to look at the homes, you generally look at, oh, how nice this couch, how nice this picture, but I'm looking at the big picture, the roof, the systems, the appliances. So I want to protect you, right? So I'm looking at all these things for you while you're enjoying the home. And once we come back, I ask you which one you like the most. If you did not like anything, then I have to sit down again with you and see where I went wrong. So I did not meet your requirements. So then I'll show you 5 homes again and you have to choose one out of that if that meets your requirements. So once you choose, I write a winning offer, right? So in the winning offer, we send earnest money deposit. You will hear a lot, EMD. So let's say the house is for 500,000, we send them 1 to 2%, about 5,000 to 10,000 as an escrow, which means it's your skin in the game. If you, after 1 month, say, I don't want this home without any reason, they can keep your deposit. If they accept your offer, that deposit stays in third-party account, like attorney's account. And when you're at the table 3 days before, they adjust that in your price or your closing cost. So the closing costs are about 3.5%, right? Taxes, attorneys and all. And you know how much you pay to the realtor? Nothing. Because I get paid by the seller. If seller doesn't pay, then you have to pay. But I generally show only those homes where seller pays my commission. And we can talk more about that. So make sure you have 3.5% closing cost and earnest money deposit, which you would need 3 days before closing, your closing costs. But earnest money you do need when you send the offer. And then also you have to have a realtor's commission in case the seller doesn't pay. But as I said, I will negotiate very hard for you to get my commission paid by the seller, okay? So once we write the offer, they accept our offer, then all the contingencies start. If you're going for home inspection, we have generally 7 days for home inspection. I highly recommend you to do home inspection. You get to know the home, and then I cover you in case there's anything required. Then after that, there's an appraisal. Let's say you put 500, but the house appraised for 550. They don't tell you, they keep quiet, which is fine. But if it goes below 485, then we go back to the seller and say, Mr. Seller, your house is worth for 485, so give our 15,000 back, or let's share the loss. You take half loss, I take half loss, because you like the house very much, okay? Because you will make it in a couple of years, right? And then the appraisal is met, then we go, and your loan is approved in the end, then we go for final walkthrough. We see the house is the same way as we saw it. And congratulations, you have your home. Alright, once again, this is Sunita Bali with Sunita Bali team at EXP. I'm honored to help you. Bye-bye.